Alright, so Blizzard has been nerfing the dungeons that we like to run to level up our characters that much, and there's like nothing that we can do about it but find that many more dungeons. The problem is that Blizzard is always going to find that one little something. It is not only because of a YouTube video, dude. They do have the statistics, and whenever they see a clustered amount of people in one place, they are going to start to wonder, hey, why is everyone doing that just one little thing instead of going through to the rest of the map or the rest of the game that the game has to offer to you? There are many reasons for that, actually. Ideally, what Blizzard would want people to do for endgame, it's Nightmare Dungeons, but for a number of reasons, people do not like Nightmare Dungeons that much. It's just way too much of a hassle, the reward is not that amazing, the increase of XP having to fight enemies 20 levels above you, it is not that big of an issue when you have a proper build, but having that little extra XP, which is not going to be that much, it is not that much of an incentive, so we always have to find something to level up. Because yes, Blizzard is going to keep nerfing stuff to the ground. So, in today's video we're going to be discussing about the best possible ways that you can do to level up your character. And the very first one, and it is just going to be Helltides. And Helltides is going to be multitasking. Because multitasking in this game is just amazing. It's going to give you materials, it's going to give you legendaries, it's going to give you the stuff that you need to improve those legendaries, those armors, those weapons to the maximum level. And it's also going to give you legendaries, armors, those armors and weapons, while it's also going to give you experience. So this tool that we have right here, I think that these guys that did this little thing that you see right here, they are doing God's work. Basically with this thing, you're going to be able to do everything. And the one thing that I want to highlight in here is that you have the timer right up there. As you can see right here, this Helltide that we have right here, it's going to last for 12 minutes. But usually there's always going to be a grace period between Helltides for 1 hour. So this one is going to end up in here, and then there's going to be 1 hour, and then in that 1 hour there's going to be another Helltide. And I advise for you to do as many as possible using this little tool right here. It has an interactive map that you can zoom in, that you can zoom out, and what it is so amazing is because it has the mystery box. This is the mystery chest. Usually you are able to find from 3 to 6 legendaries instead of those little things, and if you use this tool that much, you can actually gather as many chests as possible. There are some times where you can get like 3 chests per Helltide, sometimes even 4 chests per Helltide. Not always is going to be the case. The determining factor is going to be this little thing right here. This is going to allow you to know when players like one chest, you are going to be able to travel there, and the chest is going to be there. And what I like to do is that usually I would start farming, like for example around here, and then once I manage to get my 175 things that I need, currency thing that I need to open this chest, I would instead travel this way. But it is very important that you do so at a fairly slow pace. Let me explain. When you travel from one chest to another, do not use your mouth because you're wasting time in there. So basically what you want to do is just follow down that path and be killing enemies as you follow down that path. By the time that you reach the next chest, you would most likely already have killed enough enemies to have most, if not the entirety of the currency that you need to open that next chest. And then again, like I said, this is just going to give you a interesting source of experience, and there is no way that Blizzard can actually nerf or downgrade this little thing, because this is just the main thing of the world that Blizzard wants you to do. This is what Blizzard wants you to be doing, world events and stuff like that. So there is no way that they are going to nerf this thing just because this beautiful people decided to show us this tool. And if we do have this tool at hand, then we should be always using it. You will have the link for this tool on the video description. And then finally, I also advise for you to do Legion events. Legion events are never going to give you that much of amazing gear, but at the end of the day, this is just a side note on the video, but it's just a clustered amount of enemies that are going to be there, and usually it's going to be a whole lot of people running around killing a bunch of enemies. Like, there's going to be like 10 people in there running and killing bunch of enemies, and huge load of enemies. So while it is not going to give you the most amazing rewards, it is going to give you a huge amount of XP that you do not have to strive to struggle that much to get that XP, because there's going to be a lot of people working around for that. Not that I'm not saying that you shouldn't do your part in Legion events, but it is that much easier to do so. And finally, it is going to be the in-game locations that we actually do want to keep farming. Like I said, the rest of the things that we can do is just keep farming dungeons. There is no, like I said, there is not that much of an incentive to do nightmare dungeons. It is not really that worthwhile, because you have a lot of dead time, you have a lot of per hour kill time, kill zone experience gain that has to be meddled around in that. So basically, the best dungeons that we have right now so far are still pretty much the same. You are still going to want to be running those Ruins of Eridu, because even while it is highly nerfed, there is just no other dungeon that is going to give you that much experience in a cluster around little place in here. Enemies in here are easy to kill, they are very streamlined, you're not required to do backtracking, which is the one thing that Blizzard said that they were going to fix, and they never fixed that little thing in many other dungeons where you have to backtrack, you have to look for the enemies, you have to look for those little things that you left behind. In this ones, you are just both on the Ruins of Eridu and the Blind Burrows are just going to be fairly similar to one to another, and those are the dungeons that you should be running if you want to level up. It is not going to be as efficient as it used to be, but like I said, you can just, if you get bored and if you not get enough experience, do your hell tides whenever you have a hell tide. Do your Legion dungeons, your Legion world events, I'm sorry, while you have Legion world events. And also while you have like nothing else to do, then you can either run blind burrows, or you can run the Ruins of Eridu, which again, these are going to be the fastest method to level up. If you like the content, so like it is appreciated. And also today you're gorgeous and beautiful person, you are indeed a gorgeous and beautiful person. I will be seeing you goddamn gorgeous and beautiful people in the next one. Have a beautiful day and goodbye. Subscribe to the channel, like the video before you close the door. Goodbye.